This podcast is produced by Outcomes Rocket, your healthcare exclusive digital marketing agency. Outcomes Rocket exists to help healthcare organizations like yours to maximize their impact and accelerate growth. Visit outcomesrocket.com or text us at 312-224-9945. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Outcomes Rocket on this series recorded here at Vive in Nashville, Tennessee. I've got the privilege of hosting a good friend, and I mean, does Mike even need an introduction here, guys? Mike Mosquito, he's a global thought leader for emerging tech and innovation, and he's also the host of the Buzz podcast. Such a pleasure to have you here, Mike.
Glad to be here. Thank you very much. It's nice to be able to have this great company. I got a podcast that's known globally itself.
Come on
me.
Now. Come on. Hey, look, it's always fun to connect with you. You and I had a chance to meet last year, listen to your keynote at the SOAR meeting, and I thought, man, I got to connect with this guy. And I've just been impressed with kind of what you're doing in the industry. And so I wanted this opportunity to help you share your story.
Well, thank you, Saul. This has been a great branding transformation for me. I've been in the industry for quite a while, and I have folks like you that support what I do for the industry and for others, because it's about how we do this as a community. There's enough for all of us to share in and promote. So I thank you very much for shining a light on those of us that have shown up here in Nashville, have a voice, share that voice, and give us an opportunity to showcase more.
I love it. I love it. So tell us about the Buzz podcast.
The Buzz podcast is really about how do we turn our industry on its ear. I have a co-host, Maureen Nylene. She's a nurse. I wanted a co-host that had a different voice than mine. Yeah, you could be a talking gearhead all day long, but really that's not offering the thought leadership that we need today. The way the industry is being transformed with these technologies, you have to have that clinical voice alongside the technologist. And you have to understand the clinical workflow and how technology is going to impact that and the patient care. And so Maureen provides that. And so when we come together, you get both sides of that, but you also get to hear us poke the bear a little bit. We call it a little bit of TMZ and a little bit of Dateline at the same time. So we're easing our listeners into that. It's going to get worse, I promise you. But it really is, how do you have those candid conversations that allow you to say what needs to be said? Sometimes it doesn't need to be politically correct to make change. And I think that we're going to offer some of that voice. It's not just a CIO podcast. This is about hearing from multiple voices. And it's also about giving the partners that are here on this floor that are offering solutions a voice as well. I offer them a year-round booth versus a one-time chance at meeting someone. I can introduce you to thousands of people that need your solution versus one happen chance person on a show floor. And so it really is about introducing technology to and getting voices heard from those that are buying. So we will have those thought leaders on. I've got an episode coming up where we're going to have another CIO, but she's going to be introduced to technology. So we're going to flip it on its ear. This is a totally different look at our industry and how do we get solutions that are saving lives and that are really offering the solutions and strategies that are needed for now and this quick 2 to 3 year runway of proof POCs that say, yes, this is something I should buy and I should tell my friends to buy.
I think it's great, and I've had a chance to listen to a couple of the episodes. Definitely, like, candid. They're fun. So, folks, make sure you check out the Buzz podcast. We'll leave a link to that in the show notes of our episode. What's your mission for 2025?
Mission for 2025, Maureen and I have had this conversation, is we really want to bring on more voices. I'm doing more engagement with other hospitals. So I get to go in and talk to their boards. I get to work on their sales leadership, on their thought leadership and strategies. And that's something I've thrived in. I've been a consultant. I've worked inside the hospital. I just left to stint at Northeast Georgia Health System. I've worked at Piedmont Hospital in Atlanta as a VP of IT. And so I've been on both sides of this. So I get a different perspective. I was also working at McKesson and Eclipse. So I have seen the trifecta of how things work as a consultant, advisor, and as a healthcare IT provider from an actual health system. And understanding those and being able to pull all those pieces of the puzzle together, I think is very important today. because of how fast technology is being inserted inside of our health systems. You have to understand the risk that you're also inserting inside of our health systems. And so while I keynote a lot of industry events, I get to speak on a lot of stages. I also do that with a bit of caution and risk awareness for what's coming, and also how to sell this technology with responsibility. How do I need to be responsible when I introduce technology? So I speak at a lot of business keynote sales kickoffs to make them aware of how to engage and sell into our industry. I have a sales leadership brand it was launched back in 2008 with AT&T. I taught all of AT&T healthcare executives back in 2008 when I started my first healthcare company. And I taught at AT&T University, but it was about teaching them how to engage a CIO.
I love that. It's so useful, right? People need that. There's a lot of question marks. There's a lot of, I think, bad assumptions as well. And so it's interesting. So are you offering this as a service? Is this something that you provide?
Yes, it's something I offer. I've been doing workshops at conferences, but I kept it on the down low. So I'm not sure how a couple of new people that have called me, how they found out about it. I've seen a couple of
Word
links.
Word gets around, man. Word gets around.
It got around quick. It was on the low, and I received a call. I was like, I don't even know. I'm not marketing this.
Yeah.
But it received great reviews, and there were comments online after leaving the conference. I really enjoyed the workshop. And there are leave behinds. I developed maturity models and how to engage those maturity models. But sales leadership is changing, and the sales engagement is changing, and you have to be aware of that, or you run the risk of being ostracized. And that means your product's not going to be seen at certain institutions. So it is really teaching folks how to engage at that level, how to sales, how to build the right pipeline, how to build the right structure and strategy. But from someone that's carried a bag, managed a sales team, a national, global sales team, but how to engage the right mix of individuals and offer something different.
I love it, man. So great to have that as an option. If you're listening to this thinking, how engage and activate conversations with the CIO, Mike's your guy. So we'll leave ways in the show notes. And so how about the future of innovation and technology in healthcare?
Well, again, I said before, it's moving fast, right? And innovation and technology in healthcare are colliding with clinical needs, and they're solving problems. We've got radiology and AI that have come together. They've got a proof point. We know that the Mayos of the world, they've been using the advanced medicine, right? The predictive medicine is coming online with the use of AI. We've got doctors now getting their pajama time back because of AI. And I think that as these proof points come online with technology, you'll start to see the receptiveness to it. But you have to do that, again, with a very big spoon of caution as you take it. And understanding that the cyber risk still exists when you introduce some of these technologies. It can't be one-off. It has to be orchestrated. Understanding how you include the CTO, CISO, along with the CIO with that strategy that bounces the idea beyond just their team into the CMIO, into the CNIO before it gets presented to the CFO for a purchase. And so it's how do we do that collectively? And I think that collective understanding and introduction of technology will help it move faster. And we want it to move as fast as we can because this, at the end of this, is patient engagement, patient understanding, and better outcomes. And so I'm hoping that the metrics, the KPIs that measure advanced technology being in our healthcare system, they showcase KPIs that we've never seen before. They showcase predictive analytics that we were never able to see in saving lives. And so we're using these technologies at the end of the day for patient engagement, patient care.
Yeah, I think the promise is huge, and a lot of the caution that you shared is very real. So I appreciate you highlighting those things. For everybody listening, I know, just to clarify, the folks you want to work with, it's health systems and also the solution providers, right? Those are the two, so
Yeah.
both sides of
Both sides of the coin. Yeah, those that have solutions and those that need solutions. And my other caution was that these technologies can be used to harm the patients and the industry as a whole, too. We know that the payers are now using this technology to, we'll say, keep their pockets fuller because they can deny claims by the use of this technology. And so when you hear that type of ingestion of technology for the reasons that we would never want it used for, personally, I think that's where we run the risk of saying technology can be bad, can be used for bad things. And you can see it, and it'll impact you personally when you have a valid claim and it comes back within 2 hours as denied. There's no one that's reviewed that humanly. Is being put through a process.
Yeah, no, for sure. And look, I enjoy chatting with you. Love the stuff that you put out on LinkedIn and the other channels. But if people listening were intrigued by what we talked about today, maybe want to talk to you about working with you, how can they find you and what's the best way to get in touch?
Oh, well, they can find me on healthnovation.com. They can also find me on thebuzzpodcast.net. And you can always send me a note on LinkedIn for Mike Mosquito. Just find me out there and I'll be happy to talk to anyone.
Well, hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this podcast here at Vive on the Outcomes Rocket. Mike Mosquito with us, just an incredible person, global thought leader for emerging health tech and innovation, and also the host of the Buzz Podcast. Catch him soon. We'll leave his contact info in the show notes. And Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Saul. Glad to be here.
This podcast is produced by Outcomes Rocket, your healthcare exclusive digital marketing agency. Outcomes Rocket exists to help healthcare organizations like yours to maximize their impact and accelerate growth. Visit outcomesrocket.com or text us at 312-224-9945.